"Don't play that in court, please," but it was too late, Stevie J. Pressed play and Bambi's jail calls started echoing through the courtroom. "I used him. He weak, I needed out." Her words hit like bullets, and Lil Scrappy, he stood up, face red, breathing heavy. "She lied to me for years in my house." The courtroom exploded. Judge slammed the gavel. Mama D screamed. Cameras were rolling. What the hell just happened? Why would Stevie J leak Bambi's jail calls in the middle of a court hearing? What is he hiding, and why is Lil Scrappy acting like he just found out his whole marriage was a trap? This ain't no love and hip-hop scene. This is real-life betrayal wired with revenge secrets and a courtroom-turned-war zone. These leaked calls, they're not just personal, they're proof that Bambi's game went way deeper and Stevie J just flipped the board. You're not ready for what you're about to hear, but once you do, you'll never look at these three the same again. Your Honor, I have new evidence. Stevie J's voice echoed across the courtroom like a villain. Straight out of a bet movie, the whole room froze. Judge paused. Lil Scrappy's eyes darted. Mama D clutched her pearls like she saw a ghost, and then it happened. A small flash drive plugged into the courtroom system. Speakers clicked. "Hey, I know what I said. I was never in love with him. I did what I had to do." It was Bambi, crystal clear. A jail phone call? Boom. That was the moment the entire courtroom realized this wasn't a divorce case anymore. This was a damn betrayal trial. Let's rewind real quick, just a few months back. Lil Scrappy and Bambi were going through what fans thought was just another messy VH1 breakup. Some IG unfollows here, a few shady memes there. But what no one expected was for Stevie J to pull out the ultimate receipt in front of a live judge. Why did he even have those jail calls in the first place? And why was he so eager to leak them publicly? Because this wasn't just beef. This was a coordinated takedown, and Lil Scrappy, he was the last to find out he'd been played like a background extra in a show he used to star in. Let's talk timeline. Bambi had been in legal hot water for months. Allegations of fraud, fake businesses, identity schemes. You name it, she played it cool on social media, posted Bible verses, did soft launches of her peace journey, but meanwhile the streets were talking, and more importantly, so were the jails. Yep, Bambi got booked, and according to our anonymous courtroom source, the second she stepped foot behind bars, she started talking to who? That's the question, but here's what we do know. Stevie J, her longtime friend, ex, situationship, and low-key chaos magnet, somehow got his hands on private recordings of Bambi's phone calls from jail. Not just one, a whole folder in one clip. She straight up said, "Scrappy weak. He was never supposed to make it past season 3. Yikes. Now imagine you're Little Scrappy, already hurt, already embarrassed, and now the entire courtroom just heard your wife say she used you to get airtime and clout. So what did Scrappy do? He snapped right there in court in front of the judge. That's what you really think of me after everything? Judge was banging that gavel like he was trying to break the table. The courtroom deputies had to step in. Mama D stood up like it was Sunday service. "I told y'all I've been said she wasville. You can't make this up." But wait, there's more. Turns out this jail call wasn't the only one. Stevie J had a timeline, a presentation, receipts printed in color. This wasn't some bitter ex move. This was a full-on expose, and Bambi was center stage in another clip. Bambi says, "If I had to fake it with Scrappy to get my brand up, so what? I'm a survivor?" Excuse me, Stevie, pause the clip. Your Honor, that was 2 weeks before Sheedman did alimony. The room went silent again. Let's zoom out for a sec, because this wasn't just a courtroom drama. It was a reality TV meltdown bleeding into real life, and fans were eating it up. Twitter on fire. TikTok already has theories, and the hashtags free Scrappy Bambi exposed. Stevie got the tapes. People were uploading clips of the court audio like it was the new Kanye album, but here's what nobody saw coming: the real reason Stevie J leaked those calls. It wasn't just about Scrappy, it was about revenge, because if the rumors are true, Bambi was playing both sides. Texting Scrappy sweet nothings while sneaking off with Stevie J behind the scenes. Don't believe it? Just wait. And just like that, courtroom drama turned into a betrayal saga no one was ready for. The judge tried to bring order, but Stevie J wasn't Finished, he looked straight at Scrappy, then at Bambi, and said, "You think I'm the villain?" "Nah, baby girl, you wrote the whole plot," and then he dropped the final bomb. Another recording, this time a late-night call between Bambi and someone listed. As Z and you could hear it in her voice, this wasn't fear, this was strategy. Scrappy going twofold, he emotional. "As long as Mama D don't get involved, we good," but guess who was already involved? Mama D was sitting in the courtroom with her face frozen. Like she was listening to her own funeral. She pulled her phone out, posted a selfie with the caption, "Been quiet. Too long time to drag some demons to the light." Receipts ready within 10 minutes. Her DMIs were flooded former assistants, hairstylists. Even ex-cast members from Love and Hip Hop started dropping anonymous voice notes and texts. Everybody had something to say about Bambi. One anonymous message read, "She'd been messing with Stevie since 2022. Scrappy found out once, but stayed for the cameras." Another said Bambi told people she only married Scrappy to boost her skincare line. Called it brand alignment sick. And now fans weren't just watching the courtroom. They were watching history unfold in real time on Instagram Live. Even Safari chimed in on his story. "Damn, I thought my drama was wild, y'all different." By this point, the internet had crowned Stevie J the unofficial prosecutor, Mama D. The courtroom bishop, and Bambi, the queen of manipulation. But here's where things went nuclear. TMZ. Fake report, of course, obtained a leaked folder from the courthouse archive. Inside, a photo of Stevie J and Bambi, together in what looked like a hotel elevator, timestamped 2 days before her jail booking. Caption said, "The night before it all fell apart." Now this raised questions. Was Stevie helping Bambi or setting her up? Because let's be real, this man walked into court with edited and time-stamped audio files, a color-coded presentation, and a flash drive that could ruin lives. He came prepared. Too prepared. And according to our fake courtroom insider, Stevie didn't stop there. He'd filed a separate defamation suit against Bambi last month. Why? Because allegedly, Bambi was trying to pin her fraud cases on him. She told people Stevie was the one who coached her through the fake LLC game, that he introduced her to someone called Crypto Dave, who helped her move money through shell companies. Wild, right? But here's the kicker. That same Crypto Dave, he turned whistleblower. And guess who he testified? To the IRS, the FBI, and according to fictional documents leaked by an anonymous court clerk, VH1's internal HR team. Apparently, producers knew something shady was going down, but instead of stopping it, they encouraged it for ratings. Keep the drama going. One fake email said, "It's our biggest season yet." Meanwhile, Scrappy was unraveling. He showed up to court the next day in a hoodie, shades, and no wedding ring. Didn't speak to anyone, didn't even sit near his own mother that morning. Bambi's lawyer requested an emergency hearing. Why, Beckos? They wanted the leaked jail calls thrown out on the grounds of emotional exploitation and tampered evidence, but the judge wasn't buying it. Your client chose her words. The truth isn't always pretty, and right there in court, Lil Scrappy finally spoke. He stood up, looked at Bambi, voice shaking. "You ruined everything. My name, my family, my peace. I let you in and you made me a meme." The courtroom was dead silent. Bambi didn't say a word, just wiped a tear, fake or real. Nobody could tell Stevie. He leaned back in his chair, arms folded, looking like he'd just dropped a platinum album. And then came the biggest twist yet. Judge allowed one more audio file. Stevie played a voicemail from Bambi to someone named V. "Once this divorce goes through, I'll be free. Scrappy still got money coming in. I just got to hold out until the next season drops. Then poofy, I'm gone." The judge paused. Who is V? No one answered, but Twitter had guesses. Some say V is a VH1 executive. Others say it's another cast member, maybe even Erica. Either way, it added another layer to the betrayal. The courtroom drama was no longer just about betrayal. It was about strategy, manipulation, and cold, calculated moves. And while all this was unfolding, Scrappy's legal team dropped a press statement. On fake TMZ, "Our client has been a victim of emotional, financial, and public abuse. We will pursue full custody, asset protection, and emotional damages." Bambi's team fired back hours later. Ms. Bambi has endured years of gaslighting, emotional neglect, And humiliation, any recordings leaked without consent are under legal review, but fans, they weren't buying it. One viral tweet said she went from ride or die to Bonnie with no Clyde whole time Stevie was the plug by now. The fake court cam footage had been reposted over 10 million times. Clips of Scrappy's breakdown, Mama D's courtroom speech, Stevie J's smirk as the audio played, even Charlemagne Thaw God on The Breakfast Club did a whole fake segment on it. You know what's crazy, Stevie? Out here playing chess while Scrappy playing Uno without the drawers. Savage. And it still wasn't over. A new subpoena was filed by Scrappy's team demanding access to all of Bambi's financials from the last 2 years because she really was using him to funnel money into her fake business. That's not just betrayal. That's criminal. And guess what the judge granted? It's Scrappy's legal team now had the green light to dive into everything. The fake skincare business, the real estate scams, even Bambi's only fancy cum, which according to one fake Reddit thread had been strategically underreported. But while the courtroom prepared for the next hearing, the internet was unraveling something even deeper. Old clips, old episodes, old interviews where Bambi hinted that loyalty was seasonal, and now fans were posting side-by-sides, zooming into facial expressions, analyzing every quote. It was no longer a scandal, it was a televised autopsy of a fake marriage built on real lies. And when the courtroom doors closed for the day, Scrappy left in silence. No words, no smiles, just betrayal hanging in the air like perfume. But don't get comfortable. The courthouse was quiet the next morning, but the silence wasn't peace. It was the kind of silence you feel before an earthquake hits. Lil Scrappy pulled a pin, a black SUV, no entourage, no shades this time, his face cold, tired, done. He walked right past the paparazzi, didn't even flinch when someone yelled, "Scrappy is Bambi going to jail." Inside the courtroom, it wasn't just the usual crowd anymore. Now there were 3 new faces sitting behind the prosecution bench. Feds. 2 men in dark suits and a woman in glasses with a thick binder in her hands. The judge opened with a firm tone. We're proceeding with newly entered evidence from federal investigators, in conjunction with state court materials translation. The case had gone federal, and the first thing they introduced, bank statements, not just Bambi's, but a joint business account under her and Scrappy's names tied to a fake wellness brand called Glow Mommy Inc. Guess who made monthly deposits? Toit, Stevie J, over $80. Zero in just 6 months. The courtroom gasped when the chart popped up on screen. It was undeniable. Bambi, Stevie, and an anonymous shell company all moving money like it was Monopoly. Mama D couldn't stay silent. She stood up mid-herring, clapping sarcastically. Well, damn, y'all was running scams and reality shows at the same time. The judge slammed the gavel order in the court, but it was too late. The energy had shifted. This wasn't a messy divorce anymore. This was fraud, conspiracy, racketeering charges waiting to be unsealed. And guess what else? They had a video obtained from a fake informant of Bambi in a backroom studio laughing with Stevie J, counting stacks of cash, saying VH1 paid for the show. Scrappy paid for the lifestyle. I just finessed the math. Boom. The courtroom was stunned. Scrappy looked like the floor had dropped beneath him. He leaned forward, hands gripping the table, whispering something under his breath. No mic could catch, but his eyes, they were locked on Stevie like fire. Stevie didn't blink. He actually had the nerve to smirk. Bambi, meanwhile, buried her face in her hands. Her lawyer leaned in and whispered something, and her head slowly nodded. Then it came, Your Honor. Her lawyer said my client would like to change her plea. The room froze. Bambi, who had denied everything up until now, was switching her story. The judge leaned forward to what her lawyer stood: no contest in exchange for leniency and full cooperation. With federal investigators, Scrappy's mouth dropped. The betrayal wasn't over now. Bambi was flipping, snitching, turning on Stevie, turning on Crypto Dave, even turning on VH1 producers who helped her cover it all up. She was ready to burn the whole empire down if it meant saving herself, and she wasn't wasting time. That same afternoon, investigators received fictional, of course, 5 folders filled with screenshots, transaction logs, email threads between her and multiple unnamed parties, including producers, fake attorneys, and Stevie himself. One email subject line: "If this gets out, we're all effed." Too late, Mama D went live on Instagram as soon as she left court, yelling into the phone, I told y'all this here was no good, and Stevie, don't make me release the voicemail. I got clips for days. The live hit $75. 0 views in under 10 minutes. Clips went viral. Fan edits popped up tick. Talk conspiracy threads were already analyzing every frame of Bambi's courtroom face. Ace. By now, VH1 had released a statement. Totally fake, of course. We are conducting an internal review of past episodes and staff conduct. At this time, all cast members involved are suspended from future filming. Translation. The show was on life support, and then came the final blow. A leaked warrant showed that federal agents were seizing assets. Tito, the fake business accounts that included Bambi's Atlanta condo, a range rover in Stevie J's name, jewelry bought using Scrappy's joint credit line, and $120. 0 in a Dubai-based crypto wallet flagged for fraud. But you want to hear the wildest part? According to one anonymous source, Bambi was also under investigation for witness tampering. Apparently, she tried to pay a former friend to stay offline, and out of it, Thepras $5. 0 and a luxury wig. The friend took the money, then posted the receipts, and now Bambi was facing 3 felony charges. Fraud, money laundering, tampering with a federal witness. Stevie J, meanwhile, had not yet been charged but was listed as a person of interest, and Scrappy, he filed an emergency custody order for their children that same day. His legal team pushed to have Bambi's parental rights suspended pending the outcome of her case. Fans on social media were losing their minds. One viral TikTok: "This ain't love and hip-hop no more. This is love and federal time." Another tweet: Bambi had Scrappy raising their kids while she was cashing Stevie's checks. Jail calls ain't enough. Drop the Netflix doc. Even celebrities couldn't stay silent. K. Michelle posted a cryptic IG story: "Tables turn, chairs flip. Keep the cameras rolling." Ray J dropped a fake comment under a viral post. Who? Reality TV getting too real? And while all this was playing out in public inside that courtroom, the judge had one final question. "Ms. Bambi, do you understand the consequences of your plea and agreement to cooperate?" Her voice was barely above a whisper. "Oh, yes, Your Honor." And just like that, the courtroom doors closed, but outside the fire was just getting started. Stevie J was spotted leaving the courthouse with a duffel bag and a smirk, refusing to answer questions. Mama D was holding court on Instagram Live, giving testimony like a preacher at revival. Scrappy's team released one final press statement. Fake, of course. My client is focusing on healing his children and reclaiming his life from the lies that almost broke him. Fine Turnet crowned him Survivor of the Year, Bambi Queen of the Scam, and Stevie, well, Twitter labeled him the Devil's Soundtrack. As the sun set on that courtroom, one thing was clear. This wasn't just a scandal, this was a reality reckoning. No script, no edits, no one cover-ups, just raw, exposed betrayal served up in front of a judge, a jury, and the entire world. But before the final gavel could even hit the wood, fake TMs dropped one last headline: federal agents issue warrant for VH1 exec tied to Bambi's case. Is this the end of love and hip-hop? Yeah, this ain't reality TV anymore. This is history. So what do you think about all this madness? Was Bambi the mastermind behind the whole scam? Or is Stevie J the real puppet master pulling the strings behind the scenes? And where does that leave Lil Scrappy, innocent victim, or just another player caught in this twisted game? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I want to hear every theory, every hot take, and every wild conspiracy you've got brewing. If you're shocked by these revelations, smash that like button like your life depends on it, because this story is far from over. Make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you're the first to catch every explosive update as it drops. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. This drama is only heating up, and you know we're going to bring you every leaked call, every secret meeting, and every courtroom showdown as it unfolds. Until then, stay tuned, stay skeptical, and always remember, in the world of reality TV, the truth is often stranger and messier than fiction. fiction.